This feels so official whenever she says that. Recording in progress. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. We have quite a few people who RSVP'd for this meeting, so hopefully folks will continue to trickle in. Very excited to be here with you today to have an all new training for Give STL Day called Is Give STL Day for You? This training is kind of specifically geared towards if it's your organization's first time participating in Give STL Day, or maybe it's not the organization's first time, but you and your role, you're new. So hopefully going to be able to give you a good baseline on what to expect from your participation. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm on two different computers here because of the way I needed to share my screen, so I might be zipping around a little bit, but there we go. All right, so about me, my name is Emily Baumann. I'm the communications manager here at the St. Louis Community Foundation, and I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. I lead the effort behind the Give STL Day. So the Community Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit that connects community and donors to make our region more equitable and vibrant. This is my third giving day here at the foundation, but I've actually been on the participant side as well. In my last role, my organization participated through Give STL Day and raised funds. So I actually have been in your shoes. I've been in communications for nonprofits since my career started about 8 years ago, and I have a strong graphic design background. A little bit about me, I'm a dog mom. I'm obsessed with my dog. I love to read. I love plants, and I'm a scuba diver. I just recently went on a trip to St. Lucia to get to dive in the Caribbean Ocean, and it was awesome. So on our agenda today, first we're going to go over what is Give STL Day and a little bit more about who is the St. Louis Community Foundation. We're going to discuss benefits of participation, what to expect from your participation. I have developed a participation matrix to help you determine if Give STL Day is for you. We'll talk a little bit about the resources that are available to you and your organization, and then we'll have time for question and answer. Now, this session does give extra time for Q&A, so please have your questions ready, or if you're welcome to drop them in the chat, and I'll look at them once we're done with the presentation. Also, as a reminder, this meeting is being recorded, so the link to the recording as well as the slide deck will be posted to our trainings page on the Give STL Day website, so please don't feel like you have to take crazy notes. It will all be there for you. So first order of business, what is Give STL Day? And who's the Community Foundation? So again, I work for the Community Foundation. We are extremely proud to power Give STL Day since 2014. So now we're going on 11 years, which is awesome. So in addition to Give STL Day, we have a number of functions. We all know nonprofits are really complex. One of our biggest purposes is we have a number of people who have charitable funds here at the Community Foundation, and they make grant recommendations to organizations like yours. So our donor services team does a great job taking care of those folks and helping them meet their charitable goals. We also work with professional advisors to help charitable giving become part of the wealth management conversation. So again, just continuing to uplift how philanthropy can improve our region and helping professional advisors get comfortable talking to their clients about something like legacy giving, bequests, endowment. All of these words probably sound familiar to you. We also have a number of scholarships, about 80 to be in fact, that award about $1.9 million per year to students in and around the St. Louis area. We work with a number of private family foundations to administer their competitive grants programs. You can find out more about that on our website. Overall, we are a collaborator, partner, and your philanthropic hub. I'm really lucky. I feel like I work with the best team ever. Everybody here is just really dedicated to St. Louis, its nonprofits, and helping make this a thriving and wonderful place to live. Alrighty, so about Give STL Day, I mentioned that it was started by the foundation in 2014, so we're going on year 11. Last year, during our 10th anniversary, we celebrated a milestone of over $30 million raised, which is awesome. So this is a 24-hour online day of giving that takes place in May each year, usually the first or second week on either a Wednesday or a Thursday, just depending on how the dates fall. Whenever I explain this to somebody, I always liken it to online shopping, but for nonprofits, like how you can kind of scroll mindlessly through Amazon and buy a coffee maker and a sweater and a dog collar. Well, you can scroll through Give STL Day and donate to worthy nonprofit organizations whose causes speak to you. So this is actually a platform, the Give STL Day platform. It's an opportunity for you to raise awareness for your mission, fundraise, find donors, and connect with peer organizations. Really is what you make it out to be. And we're very excited to have a new platform provider this year, Mighty Cause. They've been awesome so far. They helped us with the data migration. So if any of you here have participated in Give STL Day before, or your organization has, your data has been moved right over. We love the Mighty Cause platform. Think it looks just beautiful, and they have so many resources available to you. We're really happy to have them as our partners. All right, so how does Give STL Day actually work? So particularly if you are new to this and your organization is new to this, let me help you connect the dots. So your organization will have a page on the Give STL Day website. This is your organization's profile. Since registration is now open, you can actually go and see some of these organizational profiles on our website right now. You'll just go to search nonprofits right at the top of that header bar, and you can browse and look at other organizations whose registrations have already been approved. Last time I checked, we had about 40 of those. So you can kind of see how that looks on the front end, like without being logged in. But once you log in and have access to your organization's page, you can use this page to garner support on Give STL Day in whatever day works for you, or in whatever way works for you and fits your overall strategy. You can tag onto the momentum of the giving day and choose to strategize around our cash prize offerings, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. After Give STL Day, you get a grant check from the St. Louis Community Foundation with the dollars you raised, less fees, and any prize money you received. So gifts, donor gifts on Give STL Day actually go to the St. Louis Community Foundation, and we act as a pass-through. So your grant check is going to come from us. Now, I want to be very clear that the fees that are assessed are platform fees assessed by Mighty Cause and credit card or ACH fees assessed by the credit card company or per transaction. The St. Louis Community Foundation does not assess a fee. We do not keep any part of the gift made to your organization. We are just a pass-through, and that's part of why we host this platform, so it's how we had to set it up on the back end. But again, we do not keep any portion of that gift. And one of the best things about Give STL Day is then you get this wealth of donor information, which you, of course, have access to year-round. So a little bit about Give STL Day by the numbers. I mentioned that we passed a milestone of $30 million raised, and $3.8 million of that was raised last year. Last year, we had 1,126 participants to be exact. I know because I reviewed every single nonprofit registration. We had about 26,000 donations from 14,600 donors. So yes, that does mean that the average person donates to more than one organization on Give STL Day. I think the average is about 1.4 organizations, which obviously is not a number that makes sense, but people are donating to multiple organizations when they come to the Give STL Day website. Our average donation is about $102, and 93% of those participants receive at least one donation. So you might see that 1,100 participants and be like, oh my gosh, that's so many. It's impossible. It's absolutely not impossible. You can definitely have success on Give STL Day. Again, 93% of participants received at least one donation. So numbers are great, but Give STL Day is really about you. My animation didn't quite do exactly what I wanted it to there. So there are some pictures here up on the screen from some of the many gatherings and media opportunities that we've had for nonprofits over the years. And I just really want to stress that this is what it's all about. This is a platform for you to further your missions, connect with your donors, raise funds for your organization so that you can carry out your important work. And this is what it's all about to us. Like I said, I've led the effort for Give STL Day twice now. This is my third giving day, and people always ask me, what's your goal? I don't have a goal. My goal is that you reach your goals. I want every organization that participates to feel that it was worth the effort that they put into it, no matter how you're measuring that success. So again, Give STL Day is really what you make it. Okay, so next we're going to go over benefits of participation. So there are a wealth of things that you could accomplish on Give STL Day. I keep saying it, this day really is what you make it into be. Give STL Day is an awesome opportunity to connect with your existing donors because it's a way that you can remind them of your mission and make a really easy ask. The minimum donation on Give STL Day is just $10, which is a really, really low barrier to entry. It's a nice number. It doesn't feel like a lot. So you kind of already have an excuse to reconnect with these people who already support you and ask them to be a part of something that's really fun. You can also ask your existing supporters to create fundraisers for your organizations. This is kind of a way to have a little bit of healthy competition and get more people involved. We're having a special training on Mighty Cause's fundraising features on March 21st, and you can RSVP for that on the trainings page of the Give STL Day website, or of course that will be recorded as well, and you can watch it after the fact. Give STL Day is also a great opportunity to find new donors. You're going to appear alongside your peer organizations on the website. If someone searches for animal organizations, they'll see all the orgs that have identified as animal orgs. Or if they're searching for education or STEM or anything like that, they can even search by organizations that are similar operating budget size, similar service areas. So you're going to appear alongside your peers. So as the donors are browsing the website, they'll find you and they'll find other organizations. I also just wanted to bring up, this is kind of one of my favorite little tidbits. We ask at checkout if a donor is a first-time donor to the organization. And in 2023, 43% of people answered yes. So this is definitely a way that people are finding an organization for the first time, realizing that it speaks to them, and deciding to make the decision to donate. Give STL Day is also an awesome opportunity to engage your staff and board, but do it a little bit differently. I mentioned that friendly competition with fundraisers. No shame in the fundraiser game. Ask each of your board members to start one, and whoever raises the most money could choose where you guys have lunch next time. There could be a casual Friday. They get the best parking spot. Like, make it fun and be creative. You can also ask your staff and board to simply share your social media posts or their personal channels to help you drive traffic. As their friends do the same, that circle just gets wider and wider and wider. I also love seeing organizations engage their volunteers. This is such an awesome group of people who are already like totally bought into your organization. You know that for sure. Maybe they're not in a position to donate their treasure, but they're obviously in a position to donate their time and talent. So empower them to help you spread the word and give them the tools to make it easy, like giving them a little card with, what do they call it? An elevator pitch, basically, about your organization, or sending out an email with, here's a picture and here's the text that we want you to post to your social media pages, like help us promote Give STL Day. You can also have a volunteer-led event, like a happy hour, just let them take it and run. And this is also a great opportunity for you to find new volunteers. Anyone who's new to your organization makes a donation to you. A great way to follow up with them when you're thanking them is to ask if they also want to know about volunteer opportunities as well. On the giving day, you can meet peer organizations. It's really easy to find organizations working in a similar space, again, because of those different search filters, and take the initiative to connect with them. If nothing else, you will meet a new friend, but you could make a new partnership for your organization that leads to collaboration down the road. One of my favorite things that I think they did last year, it might have been the year before, it was a retreat center and an organization that was focused on reducing the number of childhood drowning deaths. Well, the swimming organization was having classes in their retreat center's pool, so they did a joint campaign. And that's the kind of collaboration we love to see. Any opportunity you have to uplift somebody's work, I think, is always worthwhile. So next, you can think about engaging corporate or business sponsors. Give STL Day is really high visibility. We have millions of media impressions over a year because of the media campaign that the Community Foundation puts on. And that's really attractive, especially to our for-profit friends. And I realize that corporate sponsor might sound kind of scary, but start small. Think about, are you or your team regulars from the restaurant or the coffee shop across the street? Maybe they would be happy to display a poster with your Give STL Day information. It doesn't have to be, oh, the county's biggest grocery chain is matching a $30,000, something huge. Think about what's realistic for your organizations, the connections you already have, maybe board members who own their own business, staff members whose family members own their own businesses, and just get the word out. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a matching gift opportunity. And last but certainly not least, there's a lot of opportunity for media attention around the Giving Day. I mentioned that the Community Foundation powers that effort. We do receive literally millions of media impressions per year for the Giving Day. somewhere between 500,000 and 750,000 website hits. So you can really hook into that. There's a lot of momentum around the day on its own, and that's something that you should definitely be taking advantage of. Also, every year, the Community Foundation is able to connect nonprofits with media opportunities. Sometimes this is, I get a phone call at 4:30 and someone from Channel 5 wants to interview a nonprofit, and I will get them to somebody who's available to take their call. So in the registration form, if you've already been through it, great. If you haven't seen it yet, there's actually a question for that for you to provide us with a media contact. And that's exactly what that is for. So that I can go at 5:30, 6 o'clock, call you and say, hey, Channel 5 is going to be there in 45 minutes. Does that work? And hopefully you'll be able to say yes. So a tip for that is to build a robust profile, fill out that registration form, but also have enough information on your profile that we have enough to go off of. If someone from the media calls us about you, we can connect you with them. And this is, of course, outside of any media efforts you're undertaking on your own. You're more than welcome to do that as well. So I spoke to that media effort a little bit. Here are some examples. So we have print, billboards, newspapers, channels 2, 4, and 5 are usually on board with us. We're still working that out. Lots of in-person interviews, bus shelters, site wraps, anything you can imagine. Just we're really trying to generate excitement and drive traffic to the website. Also, I mentioned cash prizes earlier. We're going to have a dedicated training on that the day after our prize schedule is announced. That's going to be on April 11th. Again, go to that trainings page on the Give STL Day website and you'll see all the details. Sorry, my throat's a little sore today. So those cash prizes are things like a first donation prize, maybe most unique donors, maybe it might be specific to a certain mission category. One we have open right now is that if you register by April 1st, write this down. April 1st, you'll be entered to win a $500 early registration prize. So just for registering your organization to participate before April 1st, you could win $500, no strings attached. But again, more information on those prizes will be held during our training on April 11th. So here's some testimonials from organizations that have participated in Give STL Day before. I'll kind of let you read them while I talk. The main thing I want to point out is how every organization here is focusing on something different. Four Hearts Foundation is talking about raising funds. Animal House Cat Rescue and Adoption Center is talking about community camaraderie, which I love. And South City Community School is talking about raising awareness. I just really want to hit home that no matter if you want to raise $50 or $5,000, connect with one new donor or 10 or 100. Maybe you just want to engage your staff. Maybe you want to bring your board on too. How you leverage this day is really up to you, and the possibilities are endless. You have to remember that success is a matter of perspective, and comparing yourself to other participating organizations doesn't do anybody any good. So make your own plans, celebrate your own wins, and you'll have a great giving day. All right, what to expect? This is probably why you're really here. All right, so these are your responsibilities for Give STL Day. First things first is actually to register your organization to participate. If you do not register, you will not be on the website and you cannot raise funds through Give STL Day. Registration is open now and it closes on May 2nd. Late registrations are not accepted. That is a hard and fast rule. Obviously, you still have plenty of time, you've almost 3 months, but please get your registration in. Every year we have organizations who call, say, why aren't we up? And it's because they didn't register, and I wouldn't want anybody to miss out. Like I mentioned earlier, if you register by April 1st, you'll be entered to win a $500 prize. So you also need to complete your organization's profile. I mentioned you can go browse profiles for nonprofits that have already registered on our site right now to see what those look like. We require just a few simple things like a logo and a banner image. It's like a big image up at the top. The rest is up to you. I wouldn't make it too long because a lot of our visitors are on mobile and you don't want to have information overload. But think of it like another appeal. You want to give somebody enough information about your organization that if they are coming to you for the first time, remember 43% of donors are first-time donors to that organization. You want to give them enough information about you so that they can fall in love with you and your mission and give you their money and be your supporter forever, right? So find that balance, think about what's going to work for you. Once your profile is done and your registration is done, you must promote your own participation in a way that fits with your overall marketing and fundraising goals. Do not, please do not, expect to get donations just because you have a profile on the site. It is easy for donors to find other organizations because it's so easy to browse. Again, it's just like online shopping, but there are simply too many nonprofits for you to expect registering to be enough. So to help you with this, we do provide a lot of templates and ideas. Those are available on our Dropbox, like social media templates, sample graphics, sample communications plans. Sorry, I got people in the waiting room. Come on in. But your organization and supporters are unique and you know best. So please promote your participation. Again, the foundation promotes Give STL Day as a whole, but we do not solicit donations for any individual organizations, and we do not solicit matching gifts. The fundraising is up to you. Next, I want to remind you that you should have a contingency plan. Should the worst happen and the website go down or the sky falls, I don't know, in case of emergency, we highly recommend that you have a plan that includes another way to accept donations. The best thing you can do is point your donors to your website where you have a way to accept donations. If you aren't able to accept donations on your website, you could think about something like throwing up a Facebook fundraiser, but none of those donations would then be going through the Give STL Day platform. So remember, this is just, worst case scenario, have a contingency plan. We don't have any reason to believe the website would go down, but stranger things can and will and have happened. So last but definitely not least, you must thank your donors and have a stewardship plan in place. If stewardship is a foreign word to you, please register for our stewardship, if I could say it, it would help, stewardship training on February 22nd. If the concept is new to you, this is basically relationship building. And not building a relationship with the folks who donate to you on Give STL Day is a massive missed opportunity because the donations are nice. Like the money day of is great, but the real benefit of Give STL Day is having a whole new set of top prospects who are engaged with you. So I'm going to give you another personal example. And granted, I am a little bit like hypersensitive to this stuff because I work for a nonprofit and I do a lot of development and stewardship stuff. I made, I don't know, 6 or 7 Give STL Day donations last year. I did not receive a single thank you letter. I know for a fact I was the only person to donate to one organization. I didn't even get anything from them. No email, no letter, no call, nothing. These were not large donations, but if I'm the only person donating to your organization, I got a year-end ask from 5 of those orgs, and I had not heard from them for 6+ months. And those asks went in my recycling bin. So again, I'm kind of hypersensitive to this kind of thing because I live and breathe it, but the average person is probably going to act the same way. They're not going to go, oh yeah, that's that great organization I made a Give STL Day gift to. I haven't, heard anything from them in 6 months, but I'm going to donate again. If they even make the connection that you were that organization, you're going to be like, oh, I don't remember anything about them. So please, please, please steward your donors. Again, that training is on February 22nd. Okay. I tried really hard to estimate how long different tasks might take you. This was very difficult because it's going to vary a lot by your organization. So here I'm assuming that you're a small team with limited capacity and you're developing a Give STL Day plan for the very first time. So I'm just going to go through this very briefly. I think registration really shouldn't take you any more than half an hour. Our platform provider, MightyCause, is actually synced directly into the IRS tax database. So a lot of your information just populates automatically. This is just the place where we ask you about things like a contact for media. It shouldn't take you more than an hour and a half to update your profile, upload a couple images, put in some information about your organization. Really, when you get into the meat of the work is to develop your fundraising plan. I'm suggesting that you take the time for the month of February to do that, and it might take you somewhere around 10 hours. It's kind of under the assumption that fundraising isn't totally new to you, but you've never done it in the context of Give STL Day before. Create some marketing materials in the month of March. If you don't have a graphic designer on your team, which you most likely don't, Canva is your best friend. We have a lot about Canva in our nonprofit resources. It is free for nonprofits, completely free. Canva Premium is free for nonprofits, and they make it so easy. You can go in there, click, I want a Facebook post, and they'll give you a template that's the right size. They've got a ton of free photos, free graphics, free fonts, anything you could need to create some nice marketing materials. Then in the months of April and May, take some time to actually promote your participation. Maybe you're making some social media posts, you're going to a couple happy hours, maybe you're hosting a happy hour, maybe you're going to make a postcard and mail that out, write up letters and ask your board chair to sign them. Promote your participation in April and in May. Also in April, you should develop that stewardship plan. So again, thanking donors. And I see a question in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and answer here. Thank you, Monica. The easiest way to thank your donors is probably by emailing them. That being said, I don't know about you, I get a lot of emails every day, and I sure would have loved it if when I made my donations last year, one of those organizations called me. So this really depends on your capacity, whether an email is right for you, a phone call, not necessarily the day of Give STL Day, but maybe the week after. You could send a nice mailed thank you letter. Maybe it's signed by all of your staff. If you're an animal shelter, maybe like put a dog's paw print on that letter. Just something to say, thank you, we appreciate you, your gift is meaningful. And that's really the first step in stewardship, because then you go from thank you to, hey, here's what's next. So easiest suggestion is probably email. A phone call is awesome to be able to make that personal touch if you have capacity, or consider sending a printed letter. Moving on to be available on Give STL Day. I am sorry, Give STL Day is on May 9th. There's a typo there. Give STL Day is on May 9th. And you should plan on really being available for the majority of the day, that way to manage your social media. As donations come in, if you can thank donors individually as they come in, spend some time doing that. But kind of just being present and being available should anybody need anything. And again, as part of your promotion of the Giving Day, you'll want to promote it on the Giving Day. So maybe taking some time to like do a little bit of a live stream or post an update to your Facebook that you are halfway to your goal, that sort of stuff. It really depends on your strategy. But that'll probably be like a whole day commitment. And then as soon as you can after Give STL Day, send out a recap. Again, maybe that's an email, maybe it's a letter, maybe it's a report. But tell your supporters what they accomplished together and let them know what the next steps are for you. So here I'm estimating about 50 hours over 3 months. Again, this was very difficult to put together because I don't know you and your organization well enough to make these decisions for you. But again, it was kind of based on being a small team, first-time participant, fundraising is kind of new. So I hope you find it helpful, and maybe it's at least like a good order of operations for you to go off of. All right, next, the participation matrix. And I see in the chat, for those of you who have to leave, thank you for stopping by. All right, so my other table. These are questions for you to ask yourself and your team if you're thinking about participating. So screenshot this if you want, but I am going to be posting the slide deck. So number 1, can we create and execute a fundraising campaign in 3 months? Because Give STL Day is on May 9th. It's in 3 months. Does our board support our participation? Can we determine a realistic Give STL Day goal, regardless of what that goal might be for you? Can you pick a goal? Is your calendar open with no other major campaign or event in April and May? If you have your single biggest gala or golf tournament or fundraiser on like May 6th, this is probably not the best choice for you. Not only is your staff going to be taxed, it's then 2 asks running right up against each other. Next, think about if your website's up to date. Do you have active social media pages? Do you have access to edit your website and your social media pages? Do you have a list of contacts who you can ask to support you? Do you have another way to accept donations? Again, going back to that contingency planning. And are you ready to thank and steward your Give STL Day donors? You don't have to be ready now, but will you be ready once you have those donors? If you answer no to any of these questions, I would sit down and think and talk, or however you want to work it out, to see if Give STL Day really is the right fit for you. We have about 1,000 participants, but there are a lot more nonprofits than that who could be eligible. So it's not like everybody in the St. Louis region participates. It's not the right fit for some organizations, and that is 100% okay. And only you can decide in the end if it is the right choice for you to participate. But if you do decide to participate, we are trying to make it as easy as possible. And we really want you to be successful. Again, like I said, my goal is that you meet your goal. That sounds so corny, but I mean it. I just want you to have a good giving day. So please join other trainings. I have mentioned a couple throughout this, but my top recommendations for first timers are the Sustainable Giving training on February 22nd. That's the one about stewardship, thanking your donors, and relationship building. On March 12th, we're going to have a nonprofit panel where 3 or 4 organizations who have had a successful giving day are going to come talk about their best practices. This is not just big organizations. This is a variety of sizes and then also cause areas. I also recommend you come to the fundraising features training on March 21st. That's where we're going to talk about things like peer-to-peer fundraising. Our platform provider, Mighty Cause, is going to host that one. And I've also already mentioned the prizes training on April 11th, where we'll do a rundown of all of our prize offerings. So especially if you're a first-time participant, I would really recommend the prizes one. I recommend all of them, to our horn a little bit, but definitely these 4. Mighty Cause also has an awesome resource center. I had to learn how to use this new platform too. I was going to the resource center all the time. Their support articles are awesome. They always have a ton of screenshots. They're super easy to read. They're updated. It's not like when you Google how to do something on Microsoft Word and you get the instructions for Word 2001. It's kept up to date and they're really great. We also maintain a Dropbox library of resources, logos, samples, sample board engagement letter, sample donor letter, a communications timeline that you might be able to follow, editable social media graphic templates on Canva. Canva free, right? Good. And that is on Dropbox. So all of these links are really clear on our website. If you go to the nonprofit resources and FAQ page, you'll be able to find everything that's linked here. And you will also be able to find Catch a Fire. So Catch a Fire is our new favorite thing over here at the St. Louis Community Foundation. This is a partnership that we're offering with Missouri Foundation for Health. This is volunteers, but not volunteers in the sense that you might be used to thinking of them in. This is people who will help you with graphic design, website design, messaging, budgeting, even leadership coaching. So it's not, hey, we need a volunteer to help us clean up our basement. It's, hey, we need a volunteer to make a series of social media graphics that we can post for Give STL Day. So that's amazing, isn't it? Through this program, we've already offered over $1 million in completely free capacity building services. So please take advantage of this. You can sign up for free. You can get started posting projects right away, and you will get connected with skilled volunteers who will be able to help you with your Give STL Day campaign or anything else you have going on in your organization. It doesn't just have to be for Give STL Day. This is a fantastic resource. I wish at my last job I had access to something like this. It's like having a whole nother skilled team member, come and help you immediately with the project, and then they're done and they go. It's fabulous. And the work that these volunteers are putting out is just so high quality. And I really just can't stress enough what a great opportunity this is, for the Giving Day and outside to be able to get this kind of volunteer support. So it's linked here, and it's also linked on that nonprofit resources page. Again, free, completely free. All right, so we also, of course, invite you to connect with us. We're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We are not on Twitter anymore. Sorry, Twitter. At St. Louis Gives. We'll follow you back, and we love to see what you're up to. This is where I get a lot of ideas for when Channel 2 calls me and they need a nonprofit. I'm on our social media channels every day. I keep an eye on what you all are up to. And you're like, oh yeah, so-and-so had that cool thing going on over the weekend. I wonder if they know what their results are, and sometimes that can inform those decisions. Also keep an eye out for our emails. You're in our database now because you signed up for this training, but go ahead and make sure your colleagues are too. There's a link right there. It's also on our website, super easy. You'll get Give STL Day updates, and then also our nonprofit e-newsletter, which has great opportunities, professional development resources, all kinds of good stuff. So if you need assistance with your account, please contact Mighty Cost Support. That is on the gray circular icon on the bottom right of the screen when you go to the Give STL Day website. For general questions, I'm your girl. So I'm not able to help you with something like a password reset, or if you're like, when I log in, my screen is purple, you should probably call your IT service for that. But if you have general Giving Day questions, I'd be more than happy to help you. This is the best part of my job. It's one of my favorite days of the year, and I'm always available to you. I think that, let's see. Yep, that pretty much wraps it up. I did want to have extra time for questions if anybody should have them. So you're welcome to go and drop your questions in the chat, or you should just be able to come off mute if you want to do that. This is the end of the presentation, so if you don't want to stick around for Q&A, please feel free to run. Thank you for coming. I hope this was helpful. And that's much it on my spiel. So I am going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And we'll go back to this and see all your beautiful faces.
So hello, is it Emily?
Yes, it is.
This is Monica with the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Center.
Hello,
And
Monica.
hi. Thank you for your great explanations. It was short and to the point.
That was the goal.
Okay, so
Hopefully also helpful.
yes, it was very helpful. I'm trying to find you all on Facebook. So I have one that's from 2022, the collaboration. Where do I go?
Okay, so that's probably the old Facebook group. That group isn't active anymore, but you can find us on Facebook at the St. Louis Community Foundation, and Saint is ST, period.
Okay, thank you.
Got a question in the chat. Will there be a webinar on how to use Catchafire? Funny you should ask. I just sent a couple emails about that this morning, and we are hoping to put something together. If our friends at Catchafire can't actually present that for us, I think some of my colleagues will. So please stay tuned. If we're able to add that, it will be added to the trainings page, and then it will also be part of those reminder emails that you should be getting.
Emily, I just wanted to ask if the graphics that are in the Dropbox, are those all specific to this year? Are there outdated ones on there? Are we free to use any of them?
There shouldn't be any outdated ones on there. If you see some, please let me know, because then that means I have unintentionally shared an incorrect folder. We did it a little bit differently this year to where there are some that are just totally pre-made, image and text that you can download and post. Or there's a little spreadsheet that has lines with links to different kinds of editable templates. So like you could click in and get to the Instagram stories template, or you could click in and get to the postcard template. And so those are all there for your organization to use. You've probably noticed, if you've been with us before, Give STL Day has been rebranded. So we do have a new logo and a little bit of a new color palette. And I really tried to make those templates as easy as possible to customize. So hopefully you find them helpful. Now you have me worried that I put something wrong in there, but I'll go check.
No, don't worry. This is my first time, so I'm a newbie to this, so don't worry.
Everything in there should be absolutely fine to use. And if you have any problems with any of the Dropbox resources, let me know.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you enjoyed. Oh, Jean, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't see you raising your hand.
Okay. I'm with the League of Women Voters, and we signed up last week to register again.
Awesome.
We've done it for several years, and it's a great program. How long is it going to take before we are approved? I was going to update my profile after this, and
should be pretty fast.
Okay.
So our friends at Mighty Cause are actually reviewing all those registrations for us, and they said it wouldn't be more than a 3 business day wait. Whenever I submitted the registration for the Community Foundation, it was in like 15 minutes. So I think
that's what I was used to.
Yeah, we're just getting an influx now, but the process should actually be a lot faster in previous years, because for the past 2 years, have been reviewing all those registrations myself. So it was like a 2-week waiting period. Mighty Cause is going to be a lot faster, and you will get an email notification as soon as your registration is approved. I believe that'll go to all the admins on your organization's account.
Excellent. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, I left all this time for Q&A, but I must have just been so thorough that you don't have very many questions for me. Does anybody have anything else? Any general questions about the Giving Day, about the foundation? I'll always talk to you about scuba diving if you want to. I'll give it one more minute just in case anybody is trying to ferociously type in the chat, but then otherwise I think we'll pretty much call it done. Again, this training has been recorded. Just as soon as it processes on YouTube, I'll have the link up on the trainings page of the Give STL Day website. That's givestlday.org. If anybody here is new, we'll hope that your participation, if you choose to participate, exceeds your expectations and that you have a great time. It's a really fun day. We really have a lot of fun here. We enjoy putting it on. So if you join us, I hope you do too. I think that's gonna do it, folks. Let's see, I'll go back and share the slide that has my contact information on it one more time, just in case anybody missed it. There we go. I'll leave that up for just a few more seconds, and I think that's it. Give you a little bit of your afternoon back.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Alrighty, people are really dropping off now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting. Thanks for coming and have a good one.